Meanwhile, the upcountry area is starting to move along with the cleanup phase, but there are still some obstacles. Nikki Schenfeld has more.
Well, thank goodness for community support because it's been absolutely paramount here up country. Now, this rebuilding phase is slowly starting. You can see a lot of these houses have these EPA signs that hazardous waste has been cleared. And now, as you can see and hear, heavy machinery is starting to come in. But there are still issues up here like water and now unemployment. Heavy machinery on Kulilani is a sign of moving ahead, but many upcountry residents feel like they're still falling behind, especially the hundreds, if not thousands, who have been under a water advisory for 3 weeks.
The water pipes, valves, and tanks that provide safe drinking water to people. And what happens is these can be directly damaged and broken, or chemicals like smoke and soot and plastic pieces can get sucked into them and be dragged around the piping network.
Welton was brought in by the county to help.
The chemicals that most people find after these types of disasters with lack of use are things called disinfectant byproducts.
Several residents have showed me these results, with dichloromethane detected ranging from less than 1 to 4 parts per billion.
And the level of dichloromethane in water that would cause you to get sick immediately is about 10,000 parts per billion. And why that matters is because the level that US EPA says will cause, increased rates of cancer at 70 years of exposure every day using that water is about 5 parts per billion.
Welton says typically 80 to 100 weekly tests were done in Paradise to see if the water was clean. When he left Maui late last week, he says officials were doing about 30 weekly tests.
And support the utility and the agencies to hurry up and conduct the water testing so that potentially the advisories can be minimized. So they may end up shrinking the advisory area and lifting it in certain parts of the communities that were not impacted that much.
The water has directly impacted Kula Lodge, which says they've had to lay off staff. They say the health department won't allow them to cook hot meals without food-grade safe water. Some tell me they've either been denied unemployment or received the minimum weekly amount. A hui has formed at Kula Lodge, though, where clean water is available for residents. The nonprofit Ka'ike Mauloa Okekai Hohonu flew in from Oahu to help a former classmate and is now starting a kupuna outreach to see what else is needed, including mental health.
So if we can get people knocking on the doors and, boots on the ground and actually talking to them, we can see what kind of help they need, whether it's green waste removal or water delivery or mental health. Trying to point them in the right direction and help out as much as possible.
We'll keep you posted on any new information about water on our website, KHON2.com. From Maui, Nikki Schenfeld, KHON2 News, working for Hawaii.
Nikki, thank you. While one community cleans up, another here on Oahu is hoping to encourage preparation before a disaster strikes. Hui o Hau'ula plans to build an all-purpose disaster resilience hub for the isolated North Shore neighborhood. Bryce Moore reports.
A 5-acre parcel of land off Hau'ula Homestead Road looked like this in 2019. Years of community work later, and most of the flatlands are cleared.
And we are using it as a beautiful resilience park, and that's what we call it. We have kids with after-school programs and summer programs that play here.
But it's not just for the keiki. Hui o Hau'ula has worked with the AARP to hand out emergency to-go bags for kupuna in the area, and even has a neighborhood block captain program to keep track of where at-risk people live.
So they know where people with disabilities are, or people who are kupuna. Maybe some of them have problems with access or walking or, have wheelchairs. And so we have a database for all of that.
Back from flood and tsunami zones, they have plans to build a 30,000 square foot fireproof disaster resilience hub fit to withstand Category 5 hurricane winds. They're working with a disaster response company, Team Rubicon, to clear the more mountainous terrain behind the park.
What we're doing today is preparing the land. As you can see, it's full of greenery. So until the land is cleared, we're not going to be able to help Hui o Hau'ula with building that resilience center.
Organizers here say they don't want to see what happened in Lahaina to take place in any other communities and stress making emergency plans before a disaster is critical, especially for Kupuna.
Some of them are homebound. They may not have the financial wherewithal to get professional help. And a lot of these rural communities are what we call a high SVI, or social vulnerability index.
And with a majority of the deceased who've been identified in Lahaina being over 60.
We hope everyone learns those lessons and makes plans ahead of time, because it really takes a lot of work to make all those plans, but it's so worth it. You save lives.
Construction on the Ko'olauloa Resilience Hub is expected to begin in early 2024. Bryce Moore, KHON2 News, working for Hawaii.
Bryce, thank you. Fire officials are looking into what caused a building fire in Honolulu. Flames broke out around 11:30 this morning in a high-rise unit on Kalakaua Avenue. Firefighters helped several people get to safety. HFD says one woman was treated for shortness of breath. The cause and damage estimates are still under investigation. It is stressful at times taking care of others. We have some tips for Kupuna caregivers coming up next. But first, let's check in with Kamaka Pili over at the Forecast Center. Kamaka.
Well, Sam, we're going to start to see some changes in our long holiday weekend. Starting this evening, speaking of our winds, which is going to ease off, leading to another beautiful day tomorrow. But again, with those light winds, we're going to start to see some light and variables, which will replace those trades starting tonight. For the next couple days ahead, I'll have what you need to know coming up on the KHON2 News at 6.
Hawaii Baptist Academy.
You're watching the KHON2 News at 6 with Sam Spangler.
Welcome back. Caring for an aging loved one can be overwhelming, and caregiver burnout is a common occurrence. And this month's Kupuna caregiver, Jill Kuramoto, spoke with Elder Care 808 to get some advice on how to manage the stress.
I think it started when I was younger, much younger, in working, and always seemed to gravitate towards older people.
Emmy started Elder Care 808 in 2007 to help family caregivers navigate the challenges associated with the aging process.
It kind of is in our culture, that caregiving is really a part of how we live in Hawaii.
So what are some tips you can suggest to caregivers on how to manage stress?
I would tell them to really stop and look inward at themselves. I call it mindfulness. to be in the moment. You need to be centered, be calm within yourself. And one way to do it is just take a breath. A deep breath. What it does, it brings attention back to yourself.
Another suggestion, planning ahead.
Planning ahead, like, every day, Mom says, I'm hungry, when's lunch? And she'll say that many, many times because she's forgetting. And so it's very irritating to the caregiver. Plan ahead by being creative and say, oh, okay, here's a little bit of carrot sticks or little vegetables or finger food. So you might want to just distract her with giving her little things to do with her hands. So that's the planning ahead part. But the first step is, of course, breathe and stay in control of your emotions.
Emmy says caregiving is a role that everyone will experience. You'll either be a caregiver or will need a caregiver at some point in your life. Understanding how to manage this is important for you and your loved ones. And Emmy says it's also important to understand it's okay to ask for help. For more information on Elder Care 808, go to our website, khon2.com. Jill Kuramoto, KHON2 News, working for Hawaii.
Taking a deep breath. So important, yet so simple. Thank you, Jill. Coming up after the break, Kamako has more on your new week's weather forecast. But first, let's take a look at the Hawaiian moon calendar. Tonight's moon phase is known as La'aukulua. This is a good moon to go fishing and a good moon to plant banana, breadfruit, and other trees. We'll be right back.
With KHON2 weather, Kamaka Pile.
Aloha Lapule. It was yet another beautiful day outside. Good thing that it's a long weekend because tomorrow similar conditions are expected for the most part with some changes expected by tomorrow throughout into Tuesday. For for Maui, we're seeing a lot of sunshine. Depending on where you are across the islands, we're going to start to see partly up to mostly cloudy skies. It's really windward areas with leeward areas seeing the heavier cloud coverage thanks to the winds Today we had some of those cloud coverage built up over the mountain tops, but that will then shift over towards the leeward sides tomorrow, as I mentioned. Green lights across the board, no advisories issued. In terms of our ocean conditions, going to be a beautiful day tomorrow and Tuesday with the lighter winds to jump in the ocean if you have the chance. 3 to 5 footers, a little dab down for the east-facing shores. 2 to 4 remain for the south, the west, and 3 to 5 remain up towards the north. Unfortunately, in terms of our Makani and our winds, which have been flowing in from the east, as you can see, these arrows will be changing in its direction. As we get in through tomorrow, it's going to become a lot more southeasterly in terms of the wind flow, taking us from Monday into Tuesday. And we are then going to start to get back to a trade wind flow in terms of direction. But unfortunately, those numbers in terms of wind speeds will remain on the light side. And this is the reason why there's the remnants of what was post-tropical cyclone Irwin. Have to think about that when you're saying it. That, in addition to a bunch of different surface low-level disturbances north of the islands. Well, that will be moving over the island chain starting this evening, moving through tomorrow, should be on the west by Tuesday. That's going to be weakening the winds. Once we get out of Tuesday into Wednesday, the focus shifts to what's south of the islands. This pocket of moisture will be drawn up from the south and looking to bring some rounds of wet weather, potentially even thunderstorms for the slopes of Hawaii Island starting Tuesday into Wednesday and Thursday. We can see that on this future radar. Tuesday morning, we're starting to see the frontal bands of that pocket moving through. Periods of heavy downpours is expected. Again, Wednesday clearing up to into the Thursday, and then hopefully back to drier conditions if we're looking for towards the Hilo or the volcano side of Hawaii Island, which is where most of this will be situated. At least the heaviest. Hawaii Island will be the only island that looks to be under this pocket. From Maui all the way up to Kauai, we're going to be seeing drier conditions, which you can expect then drought conditions to only increase, which have been only in that increasing trend for the past month or so. And aside from that little round of wet weather, really, again, for Hawaii Island, no other major source of showers, just some high clouds. Those breezier trade winds hopefully return by next weekend. Sam, back to you.
All right, thank you, Kamalka. The UH soccer team hitting the field in Las Vegas on Sunday. My man Rob DeMello playing through injury. Has that next in sports.
That's right. The Lady Bows looking to perform much better than my voice tonight as UH faced UNLV. Plus, a look back at a memorable 2-match series against USC for the Rainbow Wahine volleyball team as Amber Aikidi surpassed a major milestone in Manoa.
with KHON2 Sports, Rob DeMello.
How's it going, everybody? Unlike my voice, the buzz around town still strong for the University of Hawaii women's volleyball team as the Rainbow Wahine completed a two-match series sweep over longtime rival USC this week as part of a milestone weekend in Manoa. The Rainbows and women of Troy put on an absolute show over Thursday and Saturday, where a combined attendance of over 10,000 sat at the edge of their seat for a total of 9 sets that bounced back and forth, headlined by impressive defense, a river of aces at the service line, and of course, the extraordinary exploits of senior All-American Amber Igidi, who with 31 kills over 2 matches surpassed 1,000 for her career, becoming just the 21st player in program history to join the elite club.
We're talking about in the locker room. Like, I think middle is one of those positions where you literally need every single person in order for myself to hit. So the passers, Kate's been the setter for me for a while, so I'm super grateful for her. The setters before, when I was a freshman and I came, it really takes everyone, and it sounds cliche, but it does. So I'm just super grateful. Coach Rob really makes this team almost like non-neglecting the middles. Like a lot of other teams always set like everyone else but middles, and she really makes it all around where everyone can hit. So I'm truly grateful for that. So we already made it almost like a focal point of really focusing on preseason. It's just super important, especially with the Big West tournament this year. We just always want to put ourselves in the best position. So preseason, definitely, we would say is the most important. So we've just been trying to focus on that.
Yeah, we know that those games are the games that are going to make us better. So we like to push them on these times.
At 4-1 to start the season, it's widely expected that UH will enter the top 25 for the first time since 2019 on Monday. Up next is the Outrigger Challenge, starting Thursday night against Liberty. Stay with KHON2 on air and online for continuing coverage. As for the Rainbow Wahine soccer team, they closed out a 2-match Mountain West road trip with a draw at UNLV on Sunday. Now, sophomore Amber Gilbert scored her 4th goal of the season in the 1-1 tie, where, check this, UH had 17 shots in the game. Goalkeeper Sophie Augustine with 7 saves of her own as Hawaii, who lost at Air Force earlier in the week, moves to 1-2-2. They'll get the week off before opening Big West Conference play on September 14th against CSUN in Waipio. Elsewhere with the Green Agent Tapa trim, the Rainbow Warrior football team fell to 0-2 with a Friday night 37-24 loss to Stanford at the Ching Complex. But despite another 300-yard passing performance, 10 penalties for over 100 yards, along with negative rushing yards, headlined the roadblocks to victory. But up next, UH gets out of the Power 5 rotation to play FCS member Albany on Saturday night. And as always, game week starts with Hawaii football final. Join Rich Miano, RJ Hollis, and I every Monday morning at KHON2.com or anywhere you download podcasts. Staying in college football, where former UH quarterback, St. Louis graduate Chevin Cordero led San Jose State against 18th-ranked Oregon State on Sunday, where the preseason Mountain West Conference Player of the Year had his moments, but the Beavers were just too much in a 42-17 victory. Cordero, 143 yards passing, 26 yards rushing, while former Bows kickoff specialist Kyler Halverson of Kaiser drilled a 41-yard field goal. Spartans are now 0-2 against the Pac-12 opponents this year. They'll play at UH on October 28th. Some sad news to pass along is legendary prep baseball coach Eric Karaoka has passed away at the age of 56. Family, friends, former colleagues, and players confirmed that the Hawaii baseball icon, who had been dealing with an ongoing illness, died on Saturday. In his time as head coach at Punahou, the meticulous strategist led the Buff and Blue to a record 7 consecutive state titles from 2004 to 2010. And a quick programming note, Season 11 of Cover 2 Hawaii High School Football Weekly will kick off this Thursday. That's September 7th, 9:30 p.m. right here on KHON2. You can join the aforementioned Rich Miano, Mitch Riberall, Billy Hall, RJ Hollis, and the rest of the crew. Again, that's Season 11 of Cover 2 every Thursday night at 9:30 right here on KHON2. And from now to then, a lot of honey, a lot of tea.
Look, man, I know the Wahine volleyball match last night was exciting, but you got to take it easy.
I have no idea. I woke up and my voice got worse as the day went on. I'm not sick. I don't know what's going on.
Well, I think I have an idea. My man Rob is just choked up because tonight is the last one for me on the weekend edition of our KHON2 News. No, in all sincerity, thank you so much for being with me, you guys. Thank you for the lay. Brother Kamaka, thank you so much. I'll be joining Wake Up today starting on Tuesday. Please join us then. But thank you so much for being with us over the years on the weekend. Keep it here with the weekend. We're going to have a great crew for you. Come stop by again tonight at 10 as well. Aloha.
We love you, Sammy.
Love you, my man.
Yes, sir.
The news doesn't end when our show